Hello and welcome to this week at GearReport, the show where this week we're actually going to follow the agenda, which is we talk about recently published reviews on GearReport, we talk about upcoming reviews, and then we'll go into TJ's happy hour. And I trust TJ will be here shortly, unless he gets injured at his adult kickball game, which, at his age, that's always a possibility. So we'll have to see. If and when TJ gets here. We've got a number of things to talk about. So in addition to our regular agenda, TJ is headed out. I think in the morning, TJ is headed to TriggerCon, and that is it's not Kansas City. Where is it? No, I'm blanking. Somewhere in Kansas. And seems like a really bizarre place to have a big firearms show and convention. But he's going to be there along with many of the people that typically are here in our audience. Many of them are already there and in their prep activities for the show. Welcome, Matthew Komar, who is tossing some yo's out in the comments, which, reminder, that is the standard and only really typical accepted greeting here on this program. It's 3 O's. And it is preferred if you capitalize each of those. So I'd like to welcome everyone to episode 180. It's the 21st of September, 2023. So we've been at these live broadcasts for a while, and we have a guest sitting in the green room. I think, I'm not sure if he's ready. We'll wait till he gives me a thumbs up in the green room. Oh, he's there. All right. What's happening, Mr. Sanchez?
What's up, man?
Everybody's favorite. Man, when we say you're everybody's favorite, we're being complimentary. And when you say it, it's like, man, okay, that's a little, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I don't understand it at all.
You don't? Okay. Yeah.
No.
Well, welcome to the program. Always nice when we have competitive shooter and brand representative extraordinaire type people visit us. So are you going to TriggerCon?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. People ask me, I was like, no.
And it's not because it's not that I don't want to go. I'm just, man, I'm busy, and I've got I'm trying to get an entire team ready to go to SHOT Show. I've got catalogs dropping. I've got 27 new products with Real Avid dropping that I'm trying to get ready.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm just busy.
That's a lot on your plate.
Yeah, but it's fun, right? Like that's what we signed up for.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I just published an article that we'll talk about when TJ gets here in a bit. Assuming he doesn't get injured at his adult kickball game and he shows up, then we'll let him talk about a pistol review he just finished. But I was talking to him this afternoon, and he said, I think the article was pretty good. We'll have to see what you think about it, but at least I know my pictures are on point. And I was like, your photography is getting pretty good. It is way better. He wasn't a bad photographer when he started, but his pictures weren't on point yet. And he's definitely come a long way in that regard. But that's where, I don't like to toss around terms like Renaissance man or anything, but I will say you're good at a lot of things. And you have been posting a bunch of really cool pictures lately. So I'm curious, and I know you've been a car guy forever, and a lot of what you post are cars, but is this photography thing something you just do for fun? Is it a personal thing, or did you get into it for a business reason, or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I used to love playing with cameras and doing a lot of black and white stuff when I was younger. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just playing.
Yeah.
And then, I got into doing my normal thing and being busy, and never played around with it again. And then when I met my wife, she had a camera, and I picked it up, started playing with it right away. And then next thing I know, JP needs somebody to shoot video and play around with the camera, and I picked it back up.
Yeah.
And I've really been just going hard at it since then. And I've got 4 cameras up above me right now.
Yeah.
And I've just turned it into my own thing to do.
That's pretty cool. And you're using mirrorless cameras now, right?
I am, yeah. So the main camera I do stuff with is my A7 III. And then if I do any video, it's going to be my FX 3 Cineline. I'm a Sony guy.
Yeah.
So those are the main cameras. I'm gonna probably upgrade and buy a different Sony this next year and let my wife take the A7 III.
Yeah.
So but it's just something to do. It's fun. It takes my mind off of shooting and work and whatever else. And I've been going out meeting a lot of the I call them my neighbors, but they are the homeless that live around my area. Going out meeting them and getting some of their stories and hanging out with them and just having fun with it.
It's very humanizing, and some of those pictures you post. I was going to say they tell a story. They don't tell a story. That's the thing. Is they give you the impression that there is a robust story there and kind of suck you in like, man, I wonder how that person got to that situation, So it's interesting.
Yeah.
And I mention all this because you never know when you post stuff, who's watching, are they paying attention or whatever. But yeah, you're doing some cool stuff and sharing it with people. And I grew up in a Nikon family, and I just picked my camera up today to do some kind of product photography stuff for some guitars that came in. And I realized the battery was dead. I hadn't picked up that camera and shot anything since April. And I haven't needed to do anything that I couldn't do with one of the phones.
Yeah.
And I could have done it with the phone today, but I thought, you know what? I want to capture some things that'll be a little bit easier with a lens where I can zoom in and out. And it really struck me how things have changed because 5 years ago, I picked a camera like that up every single day and was doing stuff with it. And now it went months. And I'm looking at last SHOT Show, I carried that at range day, took a couple shots just so that I could justify having carried it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it sat in the room the rest of the time. I didn't even take it. I did everything with my phone.
Yeah. For me to, have my camera out, we're doing so much stuff with Real Avid, and then I'm doing contracting stuff, so many companies. I'm always playing with my cameras. Yeah. And then I get to the point where I come home and I just dump them off, I put them where they belong, charge batteries, and I wouldn't touch them again. And then it'd be 2 weeks, and I go pick it up. I'm like, and I just got to the point, it's like, why am I investing all this money into these cameras and lenses, and then I'm not utilizing them? And I have all these people always asking me, what do you do when you're not shooting firearms, and what's your neighborhood like? Because we've seen some videos and heard things. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make it my new thing where I'm going to go out every night for a minimum of 10 minutes, walk around, capture something, and then come back and throw it up. And it's just turned into now where it's my new thing, right? I want to go out and see what's going on and document it. And don't get me wrong, I've had a couple of moments where walking around with that camera and a nice lens, I've had a couple of people get a little lippy and threaten that they're going to take my camera from me. But you deal with that the way you got to.
Yeah. So how about you, Komar? You do much photography stuff?
I used to. Back in the day, I had a darkroom. I was doing OG photography, and then moved to a Canon EOS 20D, I believe it was. And I had a lot of fun with that for many years. And then my cell phone got better, and I wound up giving it away actually to some friends that wanted to get into it. but realistically, I found that the bulk of the opportunities I had to take good pictures, I didn't. It wasn't intentional. I didn't go out to take pictures. Like Dustin was saying, making a point of going out to use it. That's cool, but I wasn't in that place. I was at places where I needed to capture something or wanted to capture something and had my phone. And there's there's number of pixels. That's one detail to it, and then there's the things that you can do with the lens. Focal distances and things like that, and that you can't replace digitally. But yeah.
Yeah,
So,
TJ.
that's my experience.
That look was because you promoted yourself again.
You like
as far as I know, the last set of business cards I printed for you said Director of Snacks and Beverages. Then you claimed to be Executive Director, and then I mean, that'll teach me. I was 42 seconds late to the program last week.
That's what happens.
He started the program and already announced that he was now the overlord of snacks and beverages. Now he's trying to sneak in under the radar as the supreme overlord. Where does this stop? That's what I want to know.
It's never going to stop.
You're inching towards something. I can't figure out what's
until I get that giant 1 penny raise.
That 1 penny raise? You want me to triple your salary?
I know. Yes.
Well. All right.
What's up, man?
We've got stuff to talk about, and right as I was about to dive into it, I was like, wait a second. That's Dustin sitting in the green room. He's eating all the damn cookies. I better get him in here before he eats all of them.
Oh, like my phone blew.
What the hell?
My phone blew up with all these invites all of a sudden. And I'm like, why is it I've never seen these invites before, and now I got them? And I was like, oh, yeah, I removed you out of my junk. Because, like, you were not in my junk, but in my email junk.
Listen, whatever you guys got going on.
I don't even know how to react to that.
I was like, man. I was like, look at that. So
I try not to get in Jeff's junk there. That's not going to happen.
So now
if you want that penny raise, bro, do what you got to do.
The title is eventually going to be all the way along the screen there, all the way.
So that's what you're working for.
That's what it is.
All right. It's bizarre. Okay, so before we dive into the regular agenda, because like we have published some stuff. I've been so busy wrapped up in other projects that I've barely published anything in a while.
First week and
I've actually got some things that have been published. So we want to talk about those. We want to talk about actually I think where we're going to cut things short, right? We'll talk about recent reviews. I think we're going to cut reviews that will be published soon.
There you go.
Because it's kind of up in the air. You're going. I've got a family thing this weekend. You have an event this weekend, TriggerCon.
TriggerCon.
That's right. I saw someone kicking around that they're calling it Trigger XCon and expecting kind of some seedy people to be there.
Once I get
I
there,
don't know anything about that.
It'll be in full.
That's what they meant. Okay. Yeah.
So wait till tomorrow. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I do. I know this is exciting to everyone. We will have a Guitarmageddon segment because I got something else super cool showed up yesterday. We may have to cut TJ's happy hour a little short.
That's fine.
But I mean, that's kind of most of the show anyway.
I've been in happy hour for an hour. We've been playing kickball, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Pulled my quad up
again.
Well, I redid it. I was like, I'm healed up. I'll go ahead and kick lefty. Bad decision. Bad decision.
Yeah.
As soon as I went to swing, I was like, oh, all right, I'm out. Hobbled down the first baseline, like, okay, I'm done.
Well, it left you to take care of the other stuff. And I just noticed I didn't have the ticker started, so that's going now. Reminding everyone we're on every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We do have a Patreon if you're into that kind of thing. And TJ is going to be giving high fives to our friends at Maxim Defense and saying, thank you so much for being the sponsor yet again of this week at GearReport.
I'm chest bumping everybody.
Listen, if I get any HR complaints from this show, All I'm saying is you need to use some discretion before you start throwing the chest bumps out.
Just so you know, I'm coming right off the plane, and you know what happens on the plane.
I know. You have a lot of social lubricant in you at that point.
Yeah, like when they come by with the things, I'm like, 2 Woodfords and a Coke, and they're looking at me like, dude, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, yeah, damn right.
Yeah. Unless you can make this plane stay on the ground the whole way there, bring them. Yeah. Hey, that's how it works. I mean, I don't mind being in an airplane. I got yelled at one time because I was sitting beside, there's this girl. I was coming back from a convention back when I worked in the pharmaceutical industry. We had a big convention, and on the way back, this girl sitting beside me, and she's talking nonstop, talking in the airport, walking down the tunnel to get in the plane. And then I'm like, oh my God, thank goodness I'm not by her in the line anymore. She's going to go sit down. I sit down. She sits right beside me. Yap. And she's like, I'm terrified of flying. Can you tell I'm terrified of flying? I just talk and it helps relax me. So what do you think? Do you like flying? I said, well, I'm a pilot. Of course I like flying. It's awesome. She's like, but doesn't it scare you? It's like, well, either I'm driving and I'm not worried about it because I've got the training and knowledge to deal with something. And if I don't, I'm probably going to die anyway. So what's the point of worrying? And when I'm a passenger, the door's locked up there. I can't get in. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. I can't do anything about it one way or the other, unless we hit the ground and I got to rip the emergency exit open, in which case you try to keep up. But really, why would I worry about anything? Either I can control it or I can't. And where I'm strapped in this seat, I can't control anything. So there's nothing to worry about.
I had a yapper one time.
She said, that didn't help at all. That's terrible. Why would you tell me that?
Start drinking. And she goes, what do you mean? And I took like 2 Woodford Reserve bottles and I put them on my mouth and I chugged them both down. I was like, see, I feel much better now. and then I had the stewardess come back and get me 2 more. So but
self-medication. I get it.
Yeah. Listen, I don't like flying.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Sober. I mean,
yeah. I am a little concerned that you're going to get there.
I'm going to take it easy.
Wander around and talk to brands, and then I'm
taking it easy on the way there. All right.
Okay. All right.
I promise. No party pack like I normally do to Vegas. I'll do like a drink and then a drink on each flight.
Gotcha.
Not a party pack on each flight.
All right. So here's how we're going to do this. As long as Dustin's with us, before we change topics, I'm just going to pause and give him a chance to spill the beans on one or more of the new products that Real Avid's rolling out. If he wants to leak anything, then I'll provide the opportunity. There's no pressure here. Yeah, there's no pressure. It's an opportunity. That's all it is. So here's moment of silence number 1.
Looking frantically like in there, like, is there something on that shelf that I should be worried about? Like, oh crap.
No, I actually made sure nothing was on that shelf.
Right.
I did. I did.
He's efficient.
Well,
so was there something on the shelf?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There was. I look. We're really excited. I guess we've got a bunch of new products, over 20 coming out this next year. And our big like premier major item for next year, it's going to be different as far as what we've seen within the firearm industry in cleaning goes. It's something that a lot of people have asked for and needed, but it's not like going to be this thing that's just mind blowing like our Vice or anything like that, right? Mm-hmm. But
I'm hearing it's some sort of solvent trap. That's what I'm hearing. Just from what you said right there, like no other room.
Sign me up.
No,
I'll take 10.
No.
So like the thing about it is, right? It's like for me to get excited over this product, it's hard because it's one of those things that's not a a want. It's more of a necessity, right? Like, I know I'm going to go shoot this many rounds down range next year, and this works perfect for what I would like to have, right? It's something that it's going to make things easier for me, but that's about as much as you're going to get from me, to be honest with you. Oh, wait, I got one I can tell you. Finally, after 3 years of fighting, they're letting me have a 1 ounce bottle with a needle applicator for our oil. So there you guys can have that one.
Okay. That's
There
good.
you
That's
go.
good. That's good. And that's cool though.
Yeah,
I like
all I got.
a little needle applicator.
Something.
So that's all
Get off
right.
my back.
That's good.
Oh, another thing. So Real Avid used to do knives, and we stopped doing them. And then Revo Brands, who created Real Avid, bought Outdoor Edge. And so now we own, Outdoor Edge. Revo Brands owns Real Avid and Outdoor Edge. And so with that, we are bringing a line of knives back for Real Avid. So we'll have our kind of a knife line back out there again. So that may excite some people. They're not like these high-end $300, $400 knives, but if you're a guy that wants a good everyday carry knife that you can use as a pry bar, like I will on SHOT Show crates and NRA crates, and you snap the blade, you won't care because you just it's one of them different knives.
They can disposable utility knives, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it's if I buy let's say if I go buy a knife that's $40 and I break the blade, it doesn't faze me. If I take one of these other knives that I somehow manage to pick up every time I'm at SHOT Show or NRA or some trade show and spend like $400 on, I snap that blade, I'm a little upset.
Yeah, that's a stinger.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point. Where I keep my knives that I carry is beside the bed, which is a different room, right? Here on my desk, I've got my only like $350 knife, and it sits here because I carry it occasionally, but it doesn't have a clip or anything. I'm going to lose this.
That's his going out knife. That's his fancy knife.
It is. It's my going out knife. It really is.
And he never goes out. So
I'll tell you what I will do though. I know that our big item will be launching before SHOT Show. So what I will do is I will send, since you're the only 3 on here with me, I will send the 3 of you one of those each. Ooh. And then I will come onto the show and we can debut it here on your show first before we let anybody else.
Awesome.
Love it. The device has been life-changing for me.
I'm going to shotgun a beer with it.
I'm going to shotgun a beer with it. You don't even know what it is yet. It's the 1 ounce bottle with the little needle applicator.
Listen,
good luck.
Okay.
I can poke a hole in that big enough to shotgun a beer. I'm fine.
You guys would have. I find it funny that like they ordered all of these bottles, right? And they're like, "Oh, we don't like this one, we don't like that one," and I'm like, "Guys, put oil in them, put the needle applicator on them, and then let me have them, and I'll come back in a week and I'll tell you which bottle we're gonna go with." I'm like, because they were feeling one, they're like, "Oh, it's way too hard to push in on," right? And they wanted this one, like, you just push it. I was like, guys, listen, I throw that in my range bag, it's gonna be
it's gonna
everywhere.
Yeah, like you give, and like sometimes when I'm like not even thinking about it, I push down the bottle and that oil goes everywhere on my pistol slide or whatever. Like, no. So I came back and I was like, we're gonna go with the hard one. I went and I was at the range. I had like 5 of my friends there. They all agree, like, we want the one that's a little stiffer and it's gonna work better. It just blows their mind. So there was a lot that went into this 1 ounce needle applicator bottle of oil, guys. I'm telling you, it's a lot of product development went into this.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, we're going to dive into recent reviews.
Awesome.
And
we have some. I'm so excited. It's been so long.
Yeah, this is a kind of an odd one we're going to start with. 5 tips for transporting a Jeep. Now, I literally get 2 or 3 requests a day, what, this isn't right. Komar's stuck behind there. I'm going to switch with
what the hell? You get down there.
There we go. All right.
That's right.
So I was feeling bad. So I don't accept many guest posts, but this is one that I was like, you know what, we do some Jeep stuff. And this is kind of a neat concept of helping people figure out how to transport a Jeep. So we do have a guest post here for some different things to help if you're shipping. It says a Jeep, but it could be any kind of vehicle like that, you know, that you're going to trailer to get someplace. I don't know, like a Humvee maybe, or any kind of car show car, anything like that. So that is going to be article number 1. And
you have to you have to transport the Humvee because they're too expensive to drive.
Well, you know, I was talking to Ruben because this weekend is TriggerCon, but then the following weekend is the Iraq veteran event that at the undisclosed location that we're not allowed to talk about. But it is far enough away that does it take me 4.5 hours to get there? And I was like, oh, do I really want to drive the Humvee? That's going to cost so much to drive it. And I know my luck, like something will break when I'm 4 hours from home.
That's like me. You know something coming up.
Yeah. So Ruben called me yesterday and said, hey, are we gonna actually plan for this trip? Like, you do spreadsheets. Where's your spreadsheet talking about who's bringing what to the event? And, you know, like,
what the hell? Where's your spreadsheet at, Jeff?
Are we camping? Do you want to get an Airbnb? Like, what are we doing?
I know we're camping.
I said, dude, no, I want to be at the range. I really like being on site, especially at that event. That's a cool one to camp. We always meet cool people when we're camping. And I think he talked me out of bringing the Humvee. He said, you know, he's going to have at least one, and then Bill's going to be there. Bill Bracken from Night Force is bringing his and staying with us. So we'll have 2 Humvees.
Do we have GearReport headquarters going up over there?
Was that English? What was it?
GearReport headquarters?
Headquarters? Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing he asked. Am I taking one of the big command tents? And I said, yeah, you know, we kind of like to brand our area with the big military tent and the Humvees. So we'll do that and have all the banners hanging on it and all that. But, you know, and I want to take the Humvee and put the for sale sign on it because I need to sell it. And Ruben was getting all antsy, like, you know, because he actually sold one there at that event a few years ago to our buddy Frank at Premier Body Armor. And so every year Ruben tries to talk me out of taking mine because he wants to be able to sell another one. He don't want the competition, but I'm like, okay, whatever, you know.
You drive it up there and be like, I'm slashing the price.
All part of the team, you know, whatever. Well, I mean, we'll have 2 Humvees. That's enough. Yeah. And then I don't have to worry about mine breaking 4 hours from home. Although, I mean, what worries me is mine has had so few problems that it's like it's due for something big to go wrong. And that's what really worries me. It's because it's been too good. It's been too reliable. All right. So now we're going to talk about AJ did a review for Riton Optics, the X1 Tactics ARD. And let's see, I dropped the link in the chat if anyone wants to see that. And I'm going to encourage you to go take a look at that. It's a little red dot that you can mount lower or higher, and it's made basically for, you know, an AR type platform with the pick rail on top. So looks like he put it on a shotgun for a while, one of those radical shotguns that Global Ordnance was blowing out last year for, like, I swear it was almost like they were paying you to take a shotgun. It was crazy what they were selling those for. Let's see. I'm not going to dig too much into this because I want people to be able to go enjoy the article and all of AJ's labor in that article. He gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And the reminder of our scale, 3.5 means it's a bit above average among similar products. All right. Because we get complaints sometimes. What do you mean it wasn't a 5-star product?
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay. Number one, we don't do stars. We do gears. Okay. But there's never been a perfect 5-star product because nothing's perfect. Yeah. I'm looking at you.
Always something.
Yeah.
What did the Vice get?
The swivel
Yeah,
vise. The swivel vise is a 5. Jeff just said he won't do
No,
it.
well, it's
I would give it a 5.
It's a 5.
So 4.5, you see, says likely the best product in its class and price point. I think it'd be a good 4.5. I think 4.7. I don't know.
Yeah, and see, we're gonna start bumping up to like 4.93.
You know, at some point. Well, all right, we're 2023.
I'm gonna throw it out there. That swivel vise is the shiznit.
We're approaching 14 years of Gear Report reviews, right? We've never given out a perfect 5 gears. At some point, it may happen. I don't know.
I never thought I could love a vice, and I was wrong.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? That thing is.
Yep. All right, TJ, are you ready to talk about yours?
What are we talking about? The 380?
Dude.
Oh, you're gonna let me talk about it?
Talk about the Gerson. Talk about the cool neat features
MC
about it. We don't have to focus on it being in a shitty cartridge, okay?
Listen, I was surprised Jeff
justification
let me do a review on this because it was in.
No, go ahead. Yep.
Dude, I love it. Dude, this thing, like I got it, and I was like, it's in 380, and Jeff was like busting my chops, and I was like, everybody's busting my chops. I'm like, listen, it's got some weight to it. It has the the tilt up barrel you throw around in it, click it down, like click, like hold on, click, and it's ready to fire. Super easy to use, fired great. I mean, I was destroying some targets with it.
Interesting. Look at this picture here where the barrel tips up. You know what that reminds me of?
What
you do, don't you?
The Cheetah,
a Nerf gun. Come on. I mean, is it coincidence that it's 380 and it looks like a Nerf gun? The main operating mechanism is based off of a Nerf gun.
380s, aren't they 10 or Nerf guns? Aren't they 10 millimeter or 45?
I don't know. They're probably 45.
I think Dustin did something on it where he was shooting Legos or 10 millimeter or something like that. But it fired great. I fired as much 380 as I could get through it, and it did great. I had no issues with it. I mean, except for you're not going to take it apart. Other than that,
yeah.
And it came with a little crappy case, but other than that, it did great.
Yeah.
I still bring it to the range because it's cheap to fire.
In all seriousness, I mean, it's not the Lord's caliber, which is 9 millimeter. Actually,
I know.
Which is not even a caliber, but I call it that anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not 9 millimeter, but it does have a pretty cool kind of premise on how it works with that tip up barrel, and someone with compromised hand strength or whatever.
Crystal liked it because she could just put the round in, click, and she's done. Because the slide on that one, the serrations are a little shallow on that one. But I mean, some of the like 9 millimeters, she came in rack,
right,
with her weak wrists. I figured they'd be strong after marrying to me for 26 years, but they're not.
I was trying hard to not even bring that up. I wasn't even going to go there. All right. Yeah. All right.
Shots fired.
So, yeah, exactly.
That's a sexy picture too. Look at that. Look at my giant light on that thing. That's the picture there.
Right.
It's the only pistol light I have right there, and I had it on a 45, and I was like, let's throw it on this.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's good enough. It worked. Dude, you I tell you what, you mag dump with the light on there. You just boom, 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 done.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary's here. What's up, Gary?
Jizzard Jerry's here.
Jizzard Jerry.
Yep. All right.
Hey, is that a real Avid Madness sitting on?
It is.
Product placement.
Real Avid mat.
Yeah, look at that.
Product placement.
That mat is in almost every review since I've received it.
Yeah, cool.
Have you guys seen our Send It mat?
I've seen pictures of it.
I don't know.
What?
I've seen pictures of it, and my son has the shirt because it was too small for me because I'm a fatty. So my son loves the shirt, the Send It shirt.
I need to get you guys the Send It mat.
Dude, I love that. I love that sticker. I have the sticker. Or the patch. I have the patch. I love that thing.
Oh, all right. We just voted on our patches.
That send it, huh?
Yeah. So I got a mat that goes with that. But we just did our we know what our SHOT Show patch is going to be this year too. That was just approved today. So.
Nice.
Can't wait to see it.
And that's interesting because oftentimes, we're on the other side of SHOT Show, and it is interesting to think, how far out you guys have to plan.
No,
like if you're nailing stuff down now, it means you've been working on it a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm notorious for at this point in the year, I can still spell SHOT Show, and I know
he hasn't even thought about it yet.
But that's as far as I've gotten. And I'm actually starting to think in terms of gear, because I've been at a crossroads with what I want to take with me, like electronics wise, tools of the trade stuff. And I'm really
phones.
I'm really torn on what I want to do in that regard. And I need a little lead time on that. But aside from that, I hadn't even started thinking about SHOT Show yet.
I wish, man. I've had 6 SHOT Show meetings so far.
I'm booking my plane tickets here in a couple of weeks, Jeff. If I'm approved, if I'm approved to go, Jeff has to send an email to everybody, and then he has to approve everybody to see if they can go to SHOT Show.
The first test is whether people can correctly enter their information in the team spreadsheet.
I have no idea.
Well, I only
every year I'm like, what spreadsheet?
I only do interviews with TJ now, so if he's not there, we can't do one.
Right.
Oh, there you go. See.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and book my ticket then. I'm booking my plane ticket, Jeff. You find our sketchy lodging for the week.
Oh. That's not hard.
Yeah. Really.
Listen, I think he tries to one up it every year. Like, listen, we almost got killed.
The sketchier, the better.
Like, let's get TJ a knife pulled on him this year. Let's go.
Hey. We stayed at a really sketchy place once for NRA. We let somebody else book our place once. No, that guy was never allowed to book again. John Paul walked in. He hadn't been there for 10 minutes. He walked in and looked around. He goes, "Find a hotel now."
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and we're talking about a guy who used to sleep in his car for trade shows because he didn't have the money for a hotel or anything. Yeah, so he would drive to NRA or SHOT Show with all of his firearms in his trunk, and he would sleep in his car and then set up his booth. Right?
Don't give Jeff any ideas. He'll drive the van up to Vegas, and we'll sleep in the van.
Hey, I've seen you guys sleep in that tent at the gathering.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off subject there. Sorry, I'll let you continue with your show.
No, that's fine.
Guest. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm debating. And it's funny you mentioned a big tent because I'm debating, I think it's a neat branding thing. And when we can have a Humvee there and we can have the tent, it kind of makes us stick out a little bit. But there are times that I'm like, or do we just look like dumbasses? Because everyone else has got the sense to get an Airbnb or a hotel. And I don't know. So whatever. I don't care.
Why not both?
Why not both?
Yeah.
There you go.
Stay in the tent and I can get Airbnb.
Oh, I thought he meant we're branding and we're dumbasses.
Branding and dumbasses. Yes, that is what I meant.
That's what I was going with.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'll agree totally. Last year where we stayed wasn't terrible, except for the couple times Jeff was going to yell at the 13 neighbors that were next door.
Yeah, but ultimately, TJ, the antibiotics cleared it all up, though, right?
Oh, it's every year. I when I go to Vegas, I already take some penicillin ahead of time. But when they were yelling and screaming next door at 3 a.m, Jeff's like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "Dude, it sounds like there's 10 of them over there." Yeah, I was like, they all went in, pitched in, bought a
hooker,
and a hooker, and we're just taking turns. And I was like, there's a lot of them over there. Let's not.
Hooker didn't seem happy about it. Yeah, and part of me is it's her business. I'm not gonna tell her how to run her business.
Right, but he's like, I gotta sleep.
you need to shut the hell up.
Yeah, you don't need to be like, "Hey, Poppy, I."
Yeah.
I was like, "Listen,
Like, here.
listen,
Let me
don't make
show you
them
where the
feel,
pillow
don't make
is.
them feel good. Just be like, okay, just finish up.
Yep.
Let's go."
So what show am I on tonight? 'Cause
I know. You know, it happens.
Shot
here
show
sometimes.
after hours.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay. Here's
another
the
review. Do we have another review?
no, that's it for now.
Oh,
I think.
what is we had two?
You know, look at
like
that.
the past. I swear, it was
think
the past
something has
month we had
broken.
nothing.
Something is broken. I wanted to bring this up to remind everyone that these go out as an audio podcast when we're done. But someone sent me a note this morning for another show, the monthly camping show, that the audio podcast. Like they went to Spotify and they couldn't find it. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, and it doesn't play here either. And I just noticed this week at Gear Report, last week's episode is not playing. So. Houston, we have a problem. I'm going to have to figure out why our audio files aren't uploading and playing properly.
Did we mention the vid? What happened?
We're not allowed to talk about that. Come on. Yeah. I was thinking, like, what is he talking about? A video? No, he's talking about the Rona.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, so let's go to our next item on the agenda. I've got to share.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's just go ahead. We're going to make this the full Guitarmageddon. I did want to bring up that the second largest following in the family of Gear Report YouTube channels is now Guitar Gear Report.
Really?
It has overtaken the camping channel.
And because Humvee Gear Report has been slacking.
It has.
Just saying.
I've got so much stuff to put up there. But it was hot this summer and it was air conditioned in the studio. So I just stayed here with the guitars.
I don't want to go outside, work in the garage. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
I could sweat.
Yeah. I sound more pathetic every time I open my mouth.
Much easier just doing like overhead stuff. Like, look at this.
Yep. Well, and all the Amazon videos have me tied up. But anyhow, I have been working on a series there on Chibsons, which is the Chinese copies of Gibson guitars, and the latest one to arrive. So we're solidly into Guitarmageddon now. Okay, so we're gonna dive into that segment. Let's see, we'll get that off the screen. But before I move off that all the way, I'm going to drop in the comments. Yeah, see, look at that. Gary's excited.
He's so excited. Gary. I can sense it.
I take back all the rude things I said about you over the last couple of days. Except for that one. That one I meant, but the rest of them, yeah.
He sounded sincere about that one.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to have to jump out.
What?
Thanks for letting me. All
right, man.
Guys. That way.
It's Guitarmageddon. I'm so upset.
I'll catch it next time.
I know you planned.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Thank you guys very much.
See you, man.
You son of a. We'll see.
All right. So I'm going to take the screen over for a minute.
What happened? You turned sideways. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Look at that. So this one is another one that says Gibson at the top, just like a good Chibson does. And this has a bunch of upgrades or a few upgrades that you don't typically find on the
like a wide boy
guitars. The wood here is a specific type called ebony. It's like a almost black. And then they have little white bits at the end of the frets here. They call them nibs that they're completely useless, but that's the way Gibson does it. And the knockoff guitars never have that. So then the people who know all the details are like, nope, it's not right. It doesn't have nibs. Well, guess what, bitches? It has nibs.
It's got nibs.
And it's the right thickness. Usually the knockoffs are thinner. This is a full 2 inches.
That's a fatty.
And normally they're like 7 pounds or so. This is a 9 pounds. What was it? 9. Trying to think, how does my scale read? It's in a decimal. It's not a fraction.
Oh,
so
geez.
9.5 means like 9 pounds, 8 ounces. That's crazy. It's very heavy. compared to some others. So this one,
Defense Dad.
oh, shut up, Defense Dad. Come on. This one is the pure white version. I have it keeps messing with the camera. Right over my shoulder here, you'll see the aged white back there. That
dirty white.
Right. So they call it like an antique white or something.
Mm-hmm,
this is like when it's new, and that's like when it's 30 years old. And
when the plastic has been sitting there with somebody smoking for 20 years in them. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Nicotine white.
But anyhow, that was like my number one guitar, like the one that I liked the most, played the most. Now that this one's here, I'm like, holy smokes.
How's that one play?
It's amazing. It really is. Like right out of the box. And so I think what's going to happen is I'm going to sell that one for enough that it pays for this one and that blue one back there. And
Okay.
So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see. Somewhere Guitar Center is missing its inventory. I have bought a couple things from Guitar Center, but nothing lately. These are all shipping directly in from China. So anyhow, if this is remotely interesting to you, then I would suggest that you go check out the Guitar Gear Report YouTube channel, where I've got the reviews. I've been cranking out reviews, and I've got the 10-minute overview videos of all the different, the Black Beauty, it's called. This is called a White Beauty. And the blue one is a Firebird. And then the Angus Young guitar out here, it looks like what he played in AC/DC with the lightning bolts on it. I've got videos for all of those up. This one will happen at some time soon. I just actually published right before the show an acoustic guitar video, which is kind of bizarre, but that was a screaming deal on that one.
He's been cranking them out. You heard it, everybody.
Yeah, let's go with that. Sure. All right.
Back into the wall.
The wall.
So many guitars back there. There's so many guitars, Jeff. And you do. I mean, in Gibson's defense, it does look a Guitar Center commercial right there.
Well, that's kind of what I was going for. It was purposely set up to have that kind of look.
Yeah, it looks nice. I like it
because it lends an air of, hey, he must know what he's talking about, even though he doesn't really know what he's talking about. Yeah. So as part of my fake it till you make it routine.
Well, I mean, you know what plays good and what sounds good and what doesn't sound good. So
yeah. Yep.
That's
I mean, I know enough to be dangerous, and I've been reviewing stuff for a long time. I know how to review.
Just a few years.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So now we're going to. All right. We're done with Guitarmageddon for now.
Thank God. I mean,
awesome. Maybe, who knows? Maybe something else will come up. Maybe by popular demand, people will request that we revisit the Guitarmageddon segment.
They will not.
I'm counting on it. I think they will, actually.
Defense Dad, simmer down now. I know Defense Dad's going to.
So I'm going to share with you guys some of the stuff I've been working on. And I'm thinking about adding a segment to this program every week to talk about some of the Amazon stuff that I publish. Because I have been... I mean, geez, how many?
I don't even know, dude. I lost track. You keep talking about
I've probably done
500, 250, 375.
I've probably done. I'm probably approaching 1,900 videos in the last month and a half or 2 months. And probably only 600 or so were on this. I have multiple storefronts on Amazon for the Amazon influencer program. And part of those were for one of my kids is also an Amazon influencer. So, but I come in and do these little videos. So if you are on an Amazon product page, and you have any questions about the product, you can look and what in the world? See, now if Snob was on the panel, we'd be making fun of him instead of the guitars. That's a good point.
Snob is at.
Yep.
He's in Kansas.
Yeah.
Wichita, Kansas, where I'm heading. I'm heading there tomorrow.
Yeah. I know he had to work today and then he was going to head up there, but I don't know how far out he is from that. But he does the videos too. So if you're on a product page and you see some videos that you can watch to learn about the product. It could be Snob, it could be Clover, it could be me, it could be Jizzard Jerry, it could be
not me.
It could be G-Webs. G-Webs got
Could
more
be.
videos than I do. He's pushing 2,000 videos.
He's the
I've
man.
got 1,000. I got about 1,420 videos that I've pushed up to my influencer store, and he has got to be on the verge of breaking 2,000. He's got a lot of videos up there.
So. He's a stud when it comes to that.
He is. He's
like, watch this.
You want to talk about someone who cranks it out? Yeah.
That
would be Mr. G.
Look at all those pictures of your face right there. Look at
that. What is that? That is how
so much Jeff. There's so much Jeff right there.
I know. I was telling people all about cups and cups and cups.
Like it.
And
my gosh.
Yeah. It got out of hand.
Promotion right there, huh?
It really got out of hand. No one's going to buy anything off of these because, I look kind of angry at some of them.
As soon as that comes
just
up,
going to scare people away.
You're like, I'm clicking off.
Well, it's a good test, though, to see what makes people click, right?
It does.
So if you, if you look at these, there's some that are like, this is a whole string of them at a different point in saying something.
Like you look angry. You look angry in one.
Some of them look a little angry. Some look confused.
One you look depressed.
Yep.
And then that one, like you confused.
Yeah. Yep. So, who knows? Maybe we'll see. We'll consider it like a big experiment to see what
look at that.
What works.
See, Jizzle Jerry's in Wichita with
look at that.
OB and Sarge.
Oh, you're slumming it, huh?
Yes.
Well,
dude.
Any port in a storm.
Yeah. 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 So there, we're going to shut that off. If you find yourself in Amazon looking at products, give a click on a video. If one of my videos is available, please click on that one before you buy. But if you see someone else that's got a video, people worked hard to make those videos. Maybe give them a click before you make your purchase. Or don't. I mean, if you got questions you need to answer, that could be a neat way to get your question answered.
So, click on the video or not, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I don't want people clicking just to get someone a little bit
pressure.
Of
click the freaking video.
Yeah.
They put in the work to put the videos together.
Yeah.
They do everything. Just click.
Well, I think people should get paid when they add value, not when they do stuff. Activity isn't worthy of reward. It's doing something that is worthy of reward.
Okay.
I know I'd get kicked out of any liberal university in the country for saying that, because everyone's worthy.
Yeah.
But, sometimes the work they put in doesn't result in anything worthwhile.
Work doesn't mean.
I don't think they deserve to be rewarded for that.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. All right.
I like it.
In this video, I wonder if I can enlarge that.
What are you doing? What are you making?
I'm about to set it on fire.
Well, I knew that. I saw the alcohol.
Yeah.
70%.
It's not the good alcohol. It's the
gangster alcohol.
It's got like 25, 30%.
That's the Molotov cocktail alcohol
It doesn't burn as well.
Right.
But I thought I would bring this video up because I always get a kick out of these.
Did you burn yourself doing it?
I've done a couple of these. It's a tabletop, what do they call it? A tabletop fire pit.
Ooh.
And these and camping stoves, like backpacking stoves, the camera is literally directly up above them. And I always get really nervous because I'm like, damn it, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to melt my freaking iPhone and then I'm going to be upset. So I let that one burn for just a little bit. And then I use that little snuffer to snuff it out really quickly. But
you know what you could do is use a mirror.
You're
put
getting
a mirror above it
there. Yeah.
Put a mirror above it and film at it.
That sounds a little high tech for me, dude.
Listen, this is Jeff we're talking about.
So I learned about that after the the Rust shooting. Was it the Rust movie?
Yeah.
Am I making that up? Anyway, yeah. I was talking to some guys that are in that field, and we were talking about the idea that within that industry, they are supposed to follow the same rules as everybody else, and you never point a gun at a person. And I was like, but what about when you need that shot, right? With pointing straight at it. And they said, mirror. You set up a mirror, and you film at the mirror, point at the mirror, and then you've never pointed at a person, but you capture the shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, huh.
I want to
Never
start
thought
doing
about that.
I'll be like, Crystal, hold
No.
this mirror.
Yeah.
I think that's what they meant about the mirror.
She's not
Yeah.
watching. That's fine.
Whatever.
No, she's not watching. She's watching football.
I've got a friend that is
Right there.
he's a movie armorer, and man, he was telling me that when that thing happened with that movie,
Yep.
it's like his phone, his text, his email, his Facebook, everything's blowing up. He's not really a people person, so he was not pleased about that.
I bet.
It was a terrible situation that for a lot of people, but he didn't like being bothered by it either. So anyhow, you know what? I'm going to drop this shop link out here as well.
Do it, Jeff.
Why not?
Why not? If you want to buy some stuff, if you want to shop Amazon, check out the Amazon shop.
Well, and I am
GearReport.
trying to build some curated lists. So if you want to take up swimming, I got some swimming gear there, which reminds me, I haven't swam in a while. Right when I was ready to go back and swim again, I stopped to work on this Amazon project where I had, more than 1,500 videos to do. When I had done with that, I'm like, yes, I'm done. I'm going swimming because I'm getting to be a fat ass and I need to get some exercise. And
get out there, Kankles.
And I look up, I need to see what the schedule for the pool is. Closed. I see pictures. The pool's empty. It's the annual. They drain the pool. Like the day that I'm ready was the day that they pulled the plug and let all the water drain out.
That's awesome.
Like, you've got to be kidding me.
No, that's the way it works, dude.
And so it was down for like a week and a half, whatever.
We'll play basketball place, and I'm like, oh, I haven't been in weeks, and finally, like, sweet. Are we playing? No, we're finishing the floors. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just I'll sit here and just eat cake, and brownies, drink beer.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Good alternative. So it's kind of like what I did,
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go exercise? Well, good. I'm going to make a plate of nachos.
There's this thing called pudding. It's delicious.
Pudding and nachos. That could be pretty
Oh, dude. Don't get me going. Sweet and salty.
Oh, look at that.
Look at those guitars. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'll be in Wichita, Kansas tomorrow, Jeff.
Right. So tell me what that event's about and what your plan is and all that stuff.
It is called TriggerCon. That is a public event. And we are I know. So we're going, and I'm going. And I'm gonna go talk to some brands, see what's going on, and try to battle the crowds in Wichita, which I don't know. I mean, I don't see a lot of people in Kansas doing that stuff, so I don't know. Well, I might be surprised. I might be like right on spot, like walk around. All right, nobody's here. Awesome. Ghost, Clover, Snob, OB, Sarge, Gizzard. Everybody's gonna be there.
Yeah,
everybody except Chicago Mike. Apparently, I don't know if he's going or not, but we got so I guess Saturday night we have like a mixer, or not a mixer, but a influencer event. So I get free food and drinks there,
really?
Which they have no idea what they're in for.
Now you tell me.
Yep. And then and then Friday we're gonna go out with the gang from EAA and hang out with Ghost and Clover and Snob and whoever else. So
I don't have bail money for you. Just keep in mind.
Always keep the camera running. I know. And then and Sunday's range day, and then bail out and come back here, back to work.
Is
before
that's not a public range day, is it?
No.
I say I get super nervous at those.
No, I don't think it's a public range day. It's
although, to be honest, some of the people posing as content creators make me more nervous.
They
than
all make
going
me
to a
nervous.
public range
They
event.
all make me
More.
nervous. Dude, we had somebody at we
Yeah.
had somebody at Frongbow shoot their hand today.
What's your hand do to them?
Clearing a jammed round. I was like, all right. I just pack up my crap. Let's go.
Do they make you leave?
Yeah, shutting the range down. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Man. See,
I know.
dumbasses need to
Like, it's not my fault he's
need
an
to
idiot.
think about the repercussions.
Right.
Like,
I've got shit
whatever.
to do.
Whatever you want to your hand, but
I'm
don't
shooting.
do it.
I've got
here. Do it
I've
somewhere
got
else.
the mic 102 to finish my review on, so I can get that done. And that's the last of my firearm reviews, and I'm out. But could I? Some idiot shot his hand, clearing a jammed round.
Thumb
Thanks,
up.
G-Webs.
That's an interesting timing. Yeah, we're talking about hands.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know if he shot his thumb off. I know he shot his hand.
Yeah.
Sounded like he would probably shot his pinky ring finger on the those two.
Yeah. But to Jiwa's comment, it wouldn't hurt our feelings. If you like Komar and TJ, then you feel free to give a thumbs up.
Like us.
Pretty sure the public can buy tickets to range day.
Oh, well, then I don't know if I
says
want to go
Gary.
then. I don't know if I want to go then,
Yeah.
Gary. I'll make the most out of tomorrow and Saturday.
And then you just hang out and enjoy the nightlife in Wichita.
Well, I don't have nightlife really on Saturday because I have to leave. I think my flight's out at 5, so I've got to be there at 3. So, I think
Saturday?
it's a half hour from the Sunday.
Okay.
Range day Sunday.
Yeah.
So I got Friday and Saturday for walking around, talking, doing videos, doing whatever, schmoozing.
Yeah.
And
So
Sunday,
what are you most excited about for this event?
what am I most excited about?
Yeah.
I get to hang out with Chase, and we're gonna go and consume.
To jail.
If we might be in jail.
To jail.
We're
to jail.
going to consume mass quantities because everybody's been waiting patiently.
Let me
for
rephrase
me
the
and Chase to
question.
get together. All
Let
right.
me rephrase the question. As a content
as a
creator in the
content
firearms
creator?
space and a gun reviewer.
I don't know. I really want to go my Maxim. I'm hopefully they're at range day, so I want to shoot the MD-15 light, or the MD-10, whatever. I like to shoot one of them. And do that, and then talk to the other brands, whoever's there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Adam's going to be there from Century, and see that short bastard.
Be lied to again.
5'8" guy.
Yep.
And then see who's there. Just chit chat. You know what I do.
Yeah.
I'm a schmoozer.
I know. I just wanted to kind of refocus your schmoozing a bit because you're carrying the weight of the whole team.
I know.
We don't have an A team and a B team and a C team. We just have the TJ team. So you got to make it count.
What else do you need, Jeff? Come on now.
Right.
It's like we'll find out Sunday. If you don't call me Sunday, I'd be like, apparently TJ team isn't shit. So we're gonna go back to the A team.
My goal for this weekend is to not get any calls like, "Oh no, something bad happened," and that's it. And,
no notifications on Instagram or Facebook like tagging GearReport, like what happened?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
look what happened at range day. Oh my God.
Wichita, Kansas, like shooting, like what happened? Like, well, he better be wearing his GearReport shirt. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Right.
That's all I'm bringing. Everything I have is GearReport. I've got the black shirt. I've got the new ones. I've got my polo. I've got my button down. I'm bringing it all. Everything's GearReport. I'm branding everywhere. Good, bad, or indifferent.
All right. Excellent. Anything new in your life, Komar? Anything you want to contribute here?
No, nothing terribly exciting. Put together a couple ARs earlier. Function tested them today. Realized I don't have any magazines for them. So that was upsetting.
You're like, oh.
It's a little bit of poor planning there.
Yeah. So no, I've got I threw together a 6.5 Grendel and a 350 Legend.
Nice.
And I have a 6.5 Grendel mag that I was able to use to function test it with. But it appears that I don't have a single 350 Legend magazine. I found that I could put 2 rounds in a standard AR magazine before the geometry became problematic.
So which one do you like better?
What's that? 6.5 Grendel or 350 Legend?
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They
because I'm building another. I've got like 5 lowers just sitting there, and I need to build something different. I don't know how many 5.56 arrows I need.
Right.
All of them. I've got the 8.6. The 8.6 is fantastic.
Yeah. So I need to do one of those 8.6 though. That requires IR10, doesn't it? Requires a bigger.
That's AR10, but everything's 308. The only thing you need is a barrel.
Yeah.
You need the 8.6 barrel. Yep, that's it. Yep. AR10 mag, AR10 bolt cap. That's what's great about it. That's all you need. But
it's all 308 except
you need a suppressor.
Projectile.
Okay. And the
I got a
Gorilla ammo
of those from Kevin.
Yeah, Gorilla ammo has the 8.6 ammo. So yeah, they the suppressor. I mean, if it's not suppressor, there's no point in firing it. It's suppressed. It is, dude. It is so. It's 300 blackout quiet for that giant 338 Lapua round. Just like
nice.
So much power.
I haven't gone deer hunting in a couple years, which means the place that I typically hunt, the deer have probably,
forgot about you.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, maybe there's
year,
more of them. Although
you want to borrow the 8.6.
No one there.
Just when you hit them, they're like, "What the?"
Done. Yeah, I want to hear the schwack when it hits, and then the bam when they hit the ground.
Yeah, you'll knock them down with that thing.
Yeah, well, that's the plan.
I was hitting the steel targets, and they were just like swinging, and they were like, "What are you shooting?" And I'm like, I showed them the round. I waited for the target to quit swinging. I hit it again, just boom, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Yeah, I got to move out of 200 yard range. I can't shoot the 100 yard range anymore."
Oh, geez. Yeah.
So much power.
All right, so I'm going to look for some great updates from you next week. And I'm going to ask that you think in terms of what's going to be interesting to people. Look for some cool new products. That
always do.
No.
What?
Grab some little video, like 15, 20-second video things that you can push up on the different social media platforms.
Okay.
To kind of tease people of all the cool things that you see there.
I hate when he gives me freaking my homework.
An assignment. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking homework.
I'm not even saying you have to do like all 500 things you see, but at least
cool.
You're
you know me. If it's different, I'm going to be like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's do a video.
Two, three things a day. Make yourself a little template so you don't have to do all the typing. Just copy and paste and take your picture.
Oh, you're so funny! Like I can do that.
No, like in Google Keep or something. Just a little text template.
Let's go.
Even in a draft email. Make a draft email and don't even put an address in it, and type your stuff.
All right, so you're up here right now.
Paste.
I'm probably right here. You're here. I'm here.
Never mind.
All right. I'll do a bunch of videos. Don't worry. If it's something cool, I'll do a video on it. I will. Yeah.
I'm trying to help you figure out how to do it more efficiently so that it'll take you a minute and a half. Take a picture, post it, you're done, instead of 10 minutes of typing and figuring stuff out. I'm
not going to type anyways. I'm doing it on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't have a laptop.
All right. Well, have a safe trip. I'm sure.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure it's going to be a neat trip.
It'll be interesting.
So many people.
If it's not worth a damn, I'm going to go to the other one next year that they're having at the same time for some reason. GOA's putting out it. The other one, I don't know what it's called, but
yeah,
I'm going to that one.
Yeah,
GunCon.
I'll be at I'll be at a parent weekend for one of my kids. This is like the whole school, like the college weekend where they invite all the parents up and they have their first home football game and all that.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be interesting.
Who are they playing?
Another team.
Yeah, some other team, whatever.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Sports ball. Yeah.
Sports ball. Yay.
And then the next weekend, the swim season starts.
Oh,
and
you're done.
I thought it was funny. She sent her event list, the 7 events. She's in 3 different relays, and she had told me she didn't think she was going to be in any relays. Like, yeah, I'm a freshman; they're not going to put me on any relays. She's in 3 relays.
Yeah,
so,
that's what you get. See, you put in the work, you get the rewards.
What she said, she's like,
reward.
But the coach has me down as like the coach sees me as a breaststroke swimmer. And she's been a backstroke person like for years. It's like her identity. And she's like, oh, but that's not my stroke. I'm like, yeah. So you're lucky. You can swim anything and contribute. A lot of the
different folks.
A lot of people on these swim teams are specialists. They got one stroke, and if they're not fast enough at that stroke, they're dead in the water.
Exactly.
Like you can do anything.
Listen, coaches look at the times. They know what's going on. They're like, listen, you're going to help us out with this.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
listen, they had me. I was a high jumper. Coach said I ran like a 152-800 one time in practice, and he goes, "You're running 800 now."
Yeah.
I trained for the 800. I jumped way lower than I normally would have, and I ran like a 2-minute 800. like they were coming down the home stretch, and they were just pulling away from me, and I was done. I was locked up, and I was like, I don't do that, coach. That's the way it works.
Yeah,
I high jump. Yep. So
all right,
but
so
you never know what you're good at.
So with that, we're gonna wrap this up next week. We will be about to depart for the Iraq Veteran Annual Range Day. So we'll do this Thursday night. We'll head down there Friday and
morning.
Spend the weekend there with all the different content creator types and shooting.
Fantastic.
Shooting and eating, and then shooting, and then eating, and then riding around.
What do you want me to bring? What am I bringing?
We'll figure that out. But come back next week, and we'll find out how TriggerCon was. TJ will give us a report on that.
I will let you know, everybody.
And until next time, we'll see you at the range.
And that was